Support story. Continuation from number 1. 15. The official Facebook page called Jump World, which is dedicated to giving information and data about the sleeves of Weekly Shonen Jump. Put the WSJ Izuku and Ochako cover, number 16 March 2022, as their page cover for their FB wall. 16. There's a scene in MHA OVA 3 where Uraraka saves Midoriya from falling. Both of them floating in a yin-yang position. 17. In Hero Aka Valentine's Day poster, Izuku received a blue box wrapped with pink ribbon from Uraraka while Uraraka holds a chocolate cake with blue and pink berries toppings. 18. Horikoshi's assistant, NS Time 23, sketches many scenes featuring Bakugo and Deku, as well as moments between Izuku and Ochako, particularly themed around Valentine's Day and dating. In one artwork, the artist illustrates 2 panels of Izuku and Ochako together as a couple. In a third, Finn, panel, they are depicted holding hands and sharing a scarf, conveying a message to the MHA fans that the couple is officially dating. Promoted stories. You'll also like Ohm Fluke Day 112K 8.2 kA. Collection of short Ohm Fluke for 365 days. Please check the second book for the rest of the day's update. Finished. 8.3K 508 tilde. He save all of them, just a smile plastered on his face before disappearing through the wind. The Kings and Queen Yandere Wakfu X Reader 56.6K 1.8 Kyonder. Wakfu X Reader. Images do not belong to me unless stated. Wakfu does not belong to me, it belongs to Enigma. This is being rewritten in another book on my profile. Return of Mokuden, discontinued, 3.5K 45. This story is officially up for adoption. If anyone is interested, message me or comment on the story. Izuku's Harem Academia 185K 1.7 Qst. Read. After all, Omfluke 11.4K 802. Will edit once I'm free. N. This is a work of fiction, and any similarity with other works is purely coincidental. Excuse grammatical errors and misspellings, Eng. Much needed love, Yandere Succubus Momo X Izu, 51K807. After Wattpad had decided to delete this story out of nowhere, I and many reader were distraught. So I'm making a remake of the story from the ground up to compensate. 19. Deku's hero note from MHA trading game card. I never thought I could come to the beach with a girl. But she's so bright that I can't look straight at her. And my hero's name. It was a name I disliked, but she was the one who changed the meaning of it. Deku, that is my hero's name. 20Q. That one drawing from the exhibition is related to the main story. Kohei. It is mostly aesthetic, so I can't say there will be a scene exactly like that in the future. However, I drew it while keeping in mind how their relationship would develop if I explored it deeper, so it's not entirely unrelated either. 21. The first person who discovered Uraraka's secret crush is no other than Yuga Aoyama during rescue exercise. Thanks to Aoyama, she finally addresses her feelings for Izuku Midoriya. 22. It seems that one of Deku and Ochako's classmates, Minoru Mineta, a pervert, had picked up on how very close they are to each other, as he can be seen being devastated when the two shared a close touching moment, while some others, especially Mina Ashido, felt overjoyed for them. In the anime, Mineta and Ashido's reactions weren't shown in the scene. 23 There's an extra page in the WSJ manga where Izuku drew his closest friends in the blackboard. The only girl with an exclamatory heart-shaped point is Ochako Uraraka. 24 In Volume 33 cover, if you zoom in you notice Iida and Ochako fit exactly into Deku's body. This symbolizes they are the closest people to him. Ochako on his left represents love, where the heart is, and Iida on the right bottom which represents intelligence or power, where the core of Muladhara chakra was located. 25 Every New Year, Horikoshi loves to draw funny images or made weird sketches. He drew Deku eating mochi in several occasions but there's two images linked to Izuocha. Rainbow Moon shown in Deku's Bento 2022 and Uraraka's Kimono 2021. 26 There's a sketch where a Japanese mangaka drew the image of Hinata Yuga and Ochako Uraraka made a peace sign as they celebrated their birthday on December 27. Hinata dressed up as Ochako while Ochako cosplayed as Hinata. 27 There are scenes in the manga and in the anime showing shoujo bubbles in the background. For example, when Izuku saw Ochako wore her hero costume or a fist bump moment between these two. According to MHA School Brief Volume 6, one of the girls from Class 1A mentioned that in shoujo manga, when someone develops a crush, their crush always appears with sparkles around them regardless of what they look like as that's what happens when you're in love. 28 In Chapter 324, we see the same protesting civilian trying to speak out. Ochako screams at the top of her lungs that this is Izuku's Hero Academy. Her words cause Izuku to collapse to his knees, crying hysterically as he reminisces about the very first day he met Ochako at the entrance gate of UA. 29 In Chapter 327, the boys of Class 1A took Deku to the bath and helped him clean up. He then noticed that Ochako was missing and asked Mina where she was. Mina explained that Ochako had gone to sleep after delivering her speech. Deku also sought her presence during his spar with Bakugo, and Iida reminded him about Uraraka's speech in Chapter 336. In the past, it was usually Ochako who asked about Izuku's whereabouts, but now it's Izuku who is inquiring about Ochako. This shift indicates how much their relationship is developing. 30 Izuku's given name has a kanji that is homophonous to 9. Ku. 31 In My Hero Ultra Impact, the mobile game based on the My Hero Academia anime, the Izuocha ship referring to Izuku Midoriya and Ochako Uraraka is represented through gameplay and story elements. While the game doesn't heavily focus on romance, it incorporates character interactions and scenarios that highlight their close relationship, particularly through events and character stories. There are 4 memory scenes that link to Izuocha, including a cute scene of Deku, Uraraka and Shino from My Hero Academia, Ultra Impact. I want to help my friends. The last panel features a fantasy memory scene where Ochako and Deku are holding apples. In many cultures, apples symbolize affection, desire, and temptation, drawing from their historical and mythological associations. They can also represent love, beauty, and wisdom. In some traditions, throwing an apple is a declaration of love, while in others, it signifies temptation and the potential for sin. In the image, Ochako and Deku are the only ones holding apples, and their happy glances at each other suggest that they are in love. 32 In Chapter 324, the original title is Maizinen no Shucho, which means, a minor's and underage person's declaration. If you searched it up a bit more in the internet and turns out it's a very common school event where students show their determination towards a goal, tell something about themselves or express their feelings for someone. Here's example of Japanese. Declaration of love. https://youtube.be/ilswing4a. C equals 10smb0uy underscore y deluge. 33 The name Deku became controversial in Boku no Hero Academia. Despite the name having begun as an insult created by Bakugo, Uraraka corrected his name to inspire hope. According to Horikoshi, his name came from a poem titled, Aim Nemo Makes Be Not Defeated by the Rain, which written by Kenji Miyazawa. The poet penned this piece in 1931 while fighting an illness. The poem itself was not found until after Miyazawa's death, and while it was never meant to be published, it has since become a defining piece of his career. Its steadfast lessons and musings on humanity are second to none. Horikoshi said he chose the name after reading the prose. This is also why some of Izuku's most memorable scenes in My Hero Academia take place while it is raining, and that was shown not long ago. When it was pouring outside. And as you will notice in the full poem pretty much encapsulates all the stuff that makes Izuku a worthy hero. 34 in MHA Volume No. 29 back cover, spine and author's comment, was Ochako Uraraka wore sneakers with colors pink and green and in the character page. She wore winter jacket similar to Midoriya's winter jacket in the cover of MHA School Brief Volume 5. Ochako's sneakers, pink and green, https://myheroacademia.fandom.com/wiki/volume_29. File equals volume underscore 29 underscore spine underscore and underscore author underscore comment.png. Same winter jacket. https://myheroacademia.fandom.com/wiki/volume underscore 29. File equals volume underscore 29 underscore character underscore page.png. 35 in MHA Ultra Analysis. Ochako Uraraka Databook Entry. She was referred as Izuku Midoriya's first friend. There's also a word from him. Uraraka-san has a friendly personality and gives off a family-oriented feeling. She's willing to become friends since the entrance ceremony. She's my friend. That makes me so embarrassed to say that. Source. https://mslele.tumblr.com/post/15141769/uraraka-ochako-databook-entry. 36 Ochako's previous school's kanji is Luzuo Lu, which also translates to Fornix Willow. The Fornix part a reference to Star Wars, while Deku's previous school is Aldera Junior High School. Oradera is similar to the Japanese pronunciation to Alderaan, a notable world in the Star Wars universe. 37 in MHA Volume 6. The volume illustration features Izuku in a convenience store, with Ochako sitting on the counter. Both characters are in work uniforms, and are wearing large hats of and, with Izuku wearing the former and Ochako wearing the latter. Source. https://myheroacademia.fandom.com/wiki/volume_6. 38 MHA Ultra Analysis. Izuku's relationship chart. Ochako to Deku. I need to bottle these feelings up. Deku to Ochako. Is there something in the air? Deku and Ochako. Connected since the entrance exam. Deku to Ochako. Thank you for always saving me. Ochako to Deku. In love. Say what? 39 Horikoshi's note on Ochako in MHA manga. I have lots of plans for scenes matching her up with Izuku, so she's the bright, cheery type who'll start conversation unbidden. 40 MHA Ultra Analysis, Aoyama's relationship chart. Aoyama to Ochako. Are you in love with Midoriya? Ochako to Aoyama. What are you saying? 41 Comment from Horikoshi about Ochako Uraraka's feelings for Deku in the BNHA Ultra Analysis book for the love scene. Evan thought she's sealed away her feelings for Deku. When her friends ask her about it, she gets flustered. 42 in MHA manga where he fought muscular. Izuku mentioned about protecting his precious friends. If my actions can save any of them, then I've gotta do something. In the background, he thought Bakugo, Todoroki, Iida and Uraraka. To be continued number 3. Where stories live. Discover now.